Señoras y señores, live! It's time!
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome into the Action Lab, your premier sports and entertainment talk show on the internet. And we aren't even particularly close to the second best to anybody. We are number one across the board. We are here, we're live, and we're here on the eve of NFL football. I mean,
let's go.
Let's freaking go. We have been waiting so long for this week, so long to get to our week one previews. We've done all the predictions. We've set our over-under totals. We picked who's going to win the Super Bowl. We've gone through all the previews of the divisions. Now it's time to jump in and begin talking about the first matchups of the season. And I'm not going to lie, I'm like, there's certain things that you get excited about around the year. You got Christmas, right? You get, a couple days leading into Christmas where it's just like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, all the festivities, the fun and the food and the family, friends, everything. But there's nothing like opening week one of the NFL season. And we are going to be nailing all of these insane matchups on this first week. There's some insane matchups that we're going to cover. So I can't wait to do that with you guys here today. My name is Chris. This is Rec. Rec is chilling with me tonight. What's up, Rec?
So we actually have some breaking news that went out as the starting screen was up.
Breaking news. What do we got?
The 49ers and receiver Jauan Jennings have reached an agreement on a deal to add $3 million in incentives to his contract, so he will be playing this season. No hold-in, no holdout. He's good to go for week one.
Well, I'll take that because I just drafted him in my work fantasy football draft. Nice. He was a late round pick, and I stumbled across him. And so now I can feel really good about old Jauan Jennings getting some love in San Francisco.
He's a flex starter for me in a different league. Speaking of which, this week in fantasy, you're going down.
No shot.
Since I got Riley's quarterback.
NFL Football Sunday's great excuse to eat junk food. Junk food. Like, here's the thing. It's just like it's everything. It's the ambiance of NFL football. You have the weather cooling outside, right? You got the cool air, the fall weather at night starting to creep into your evenings. It's kind of like chilly weather. A big pot of chili you throw on all day, and you're just eating chili, and you got the smoker going or the grill, and you're just tailgating for the football. Like there's nothing better than this time of year, and it's upon us. We are in it, and we can't wait to talk more about it here in a little bit. So we are going to be doing our week one preview. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is what we do every single week of the NFL season. Just so you guys know our schedule, we have our Wednesday preview where we talk about the top matchups and all of our best bets of the week. We have our Sunday night football live watch party where we're going to be doing all of the bingo and all the games along with the actual watch party for the NFL Sunday night football game. And then we're going to break down all of the action from earlier on in the day and make sure that you guys know exactly what went down across the NFL. So it's just a massive night. I'm going to be joined by a couple guests this weekend. We got Human Juke and Riley representing for the Buffalo Bills hanging out with me. So that'll be a lot of fun. Dr. J, classic Scotty A. Smith, NFL rants. There's always some NFL rants. Scotty's not going to be around for the next couple streams because he's selfish and banned to go. We banned him, so now he's going to play golf somewhere.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah. We kicked him out. You know, he was overstaying his welcome for a little bit. He was here way too much.
He overstays welcome for like a year.
We also have contests. So Dr. J, anybody else, if you haven't gotten in on our contests, the contest links are in the chat. So we have our super contest, which is the first link. Labrat is the password. That's against the spread, 4 picks every week. All of these are free, by the way. We have our Survivor League. That's free. Password Labrats. And then we have all one word. And then we have our Pick'em, which is also password Labrats, all one word, all free to enter, and you could win some Action Lab gear if you win those contests. So make sure you go. It's a free roll. Why wouldn't you? Go in and make sure you guys are registering for those free contests because we will have fun. We'll talk trash to each other. We'll have some enjoyment of competing against each other. So make sure you tune in and jump in on those links in the chat. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, how are you guys feeling in the chat? Are you guys enjoying this lead up to the NFL season? We have games like popping off literally. I mean, the NFL tries to consolidate or tries to take over all this first weekend, right? There's games literally almost every day, basically.
Yeah. Except Saturday.
Except Saturday. Yeah. So, we'll leave college football for Saturday, but everything else we'll be rocking and rolling with here for.
I don't know if you have a good game this weekend for college. Let me check real quick.
Well, considering we didn't have any good games, we had like one good game last weekend, and there was some marquee matchups that we were super excited about. We have the red zone and commercials for the first time. Yeah, there's also that end of an era. It's unfortunate. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about it. So obviously, we just found that out. I think today was that today that we found out that red zone. Scott 7 Hansen.
7 hours of red zone football.
Scott Hansen. He was on a couple of these breaking news on the red zone. Red zone will have full commercials for the 2025 season, which just feels bad. It just feels bad. Really like you're taking a good thing and you're shitting on it. You're shitting on it.
That's what ESPN does best.
It's just so unfortunate because you're taking a good thing that pretty much, I mean, you have Sunday Ticket, you have all these different things that really, you could choose between, right? You could choose which one you want and you could just pick your favorite thing. But everyone is in agreement that red zone is the staple. It's the one thing you have to have if you're a true football fan. And we will unfortunately have to watch commercials through it. We've been told that you are still not going to miss a touchdown. We're still not going to miss a lot of the action because they're going to make sure they're covering it all. But
it's still not
you can't figure you can't.
Have you seen all the memes surrounding it?
Oh, the memes. Oh yeah, I've seen the one. There's memes about what we used to have of red zone without commercials, actual sports reporting on ESPN. Yeah. Geographic college conference alignment. Every NFL and college football game available on basic cable packages. Man, those were the days, weren't they?
There's also like the Hail Mary from last year, Bears Commanders. And as the ball is being thrown, it quickly cuts to one of the most annoying commercials you could think of.
Which one is it? Which commercial?
I don't remember. I hate them all.
One of my favorite is the Dave Chappelle one, where it's like the Dave Chappelle meme, and he's in the pop copy, he's in the copy machine shop or whatever, and the meme is like, why would ESPN piss off football fans by adding commercials to Red Zone? which prides itself on being commercial-free football. And then
Because fuck them, that's why.
fuck them, that's why. Yeah, basically. It's that Dave Chappelle meme is one of my favorite memes of all time. It's fantastic.
Or to give that one SpongeBob meme, am I really going to file this scrape for money? Of course I am.
Or there's also the meme of the Reaper going door to door, knocking on the doors.
Yeah.
And it's like the Reaper is Disney, and it goes into Star Wars, kills Star Wars, goes into Marvel, kills Marvel, goes into ESPN, kills ESPN, and then Scott Hansen's on the last door. And it's just
He's
like
just knocking.
it's just, yep. Red Zone it's going to be rough. Being a Raiders fan, I'm always looking forward to a bad season. I mean,
Pretty much.
actually, Dr. J, Raiders, I feel like are going to have an uptick. They're going to have an uptick this year. They're not going to be as bad as they typically are. You got a boost in the quarterback, boost in the coach.
Bad. They're going to get 7 wins instead of 6.
They'll get 8, maybe 7, maybe 8 wins, but it's still gonna be a little rough. There's the memes, guys. Go to Twitter and just just type in Red Zone and look at the memes. They are incredible. I mean, I just saw there's some crazy ones. There's a dude jumping into some power lines. He's like, Red Zone commercials. And it's just like it's very graphic. Yeah, I mean, people are very opinionated about this. But that's how we feel, right? That's how we feel. We feel this is the worst thing that could possibly happen, and here we are. So, unfortunately, that's the thing. But what can you do?
Yeah.
Watch stupid commercials.
So, who wants to join me on the 7 streams? Yar Hard Fiddle.
Yeah, speaking of, if you're trying to watch NFL football now that you don't want to watch the commercials, you want to if you don't have cable packages, if you don't have streaming services, what can you do? You go to Stream East, right, Rec? Go to Stream East. Maybe that's the spot to go to check out all of your free sports streaming content. Nope. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's a trap. It's a trap because there is a story out there that the world's largest illegal streaming platform has been shut down after a year-long investigation where 2 men were arrested in Egypt and they seized laptops, smartphones.
Egypt, wow.
Tied to the different sites that they were running it out of. So there was a lot of stuff happening with tracking down. It was like a whole. I mean, they had to take it down, right? I mean, they were like, "Hey, if they're gonna put commercials, we definitely got to screw them some more and take away Stream East because fuck them." That's why.
You fool! I have 70 alternative accounts.
Yeah. So,
trust me, I had 4 or 5 sites that were reliable. It's like, oh, I don't have streamers. That's fine. I got a few other places I can go.
Yeah, they and weirdly enough, I saw some rumblings on X where Stream East was posting. Or there was people reposting Stream East like, oh, they didn't get us. We're still coming back. Because didn't this happen? This happened last year. They took away Stream East.
It might have been Stream East. I forgot what company it was. It might have been Buff Streams. I don't know. There's a lot of them. But when they essentially did the alternative accounts meme, they took down one of the sites and they're like, oh, we got 260 more of these.
They're just like, we're just going to keep rolling this out. It's StreamEast.xyz, StreamEast.ESXX, like all these different all these different changes at the end of the names, the domains, and it's just like, yeah, they'll, when there's a will, there's a way, people.
Yeah, and look, I'll put it like this. Piracy sites are getting built faster than governments can take them down.
Yeah,
it's like a Hydra. It's like a Hydra. You cut off one, guess what? There's 2 more ready to go.
Yeah, it's just like you can't stop us. You can't stop us from trying to access. You're gonna get a lot of viruses probably, but you did that with Stream East as well. Like it's part of the deal, you know.
Hey, I got antivirus shit. I'm good to go.
Let's see.
Antiviruses. I can use my phone if needed. It's an Apple product, so it won't get virus. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. What happened after Napster? Is this like a post Napster? Well, what happens is like, again, you just find other ways to put it up, and people, when there's a will, there's a way.
Sail the 7 seas with me hearties. Yo ho.
You think that's the bad? You think that is bad people stream illegal broadcasts of college games on YouTube? Yeah, I mean, you can find YouTube. I think you can find all sorts of streams.
I used to do some piracy stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. Pirate music back in the day, now pirating sports. Yeah. I mean, when everyone's paying all the money they have, like to be able to watch sports, you have to have all this money to have all these different streaming services,
exactly.
or else you might be left out in the cold with your team, and you can't watch. You got to be on Peacock, you got to be on YouTube, Netflix, you got to be on Hulu.
And then I mean, for other leagues, you got to be on Bally's. Well, I guess it's FanDuel now because Bally's is AIDS.
So I mean, we've turned into this thing where you have to find a way. You can't afford all of them. So here we are. I'm gonna make that a sub goal on my next stream. Forget some amount of money. I'm actually gonna buy a pirate hat and a sword, an eye patch. So there's that story going around. There was a couple other stories that hit the news this week. And a lot of it was revolving, well, the first story. Did you hear that, Rec? We did have some NBA news. A wild story of Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, where Kawhi Leonard, they found out, this was a Pablo Torre came out with this, and he did some investigations into the contract for Kawhi Leonard, and I don't know how he even started looking for this, but he just was curious and came out with this story where Kawhi Leonard signed a $28 million endorsement deal for a no-show job with a fraudulent tree planting company funded by $50 million from Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, according to some of these documents that were obtained. And it's to circumvent the salary cap to be able to pay him more money on the side. Super sketchy way to get him money, which I'm sure the NBA is going to look into. But I was thinking to myself, like, all right, you paid him all this money, right? For a deal, a no-show job. Isn't that what his normal contract is anyway? I mean,
yes.
Like,
I was about to say, like, of all the people to circumvent the cap for, you do for Kawhi, there's nobody else you do that for?
Of all the players, the dude that doesn't come to work for basketball because he's always sitting on the bench, isn't that what his contract is already? He just has another one that's hidden, so he has two of them, one hidden, one real. Like, I mean, basically, he's getting... Dude, the dude doesn't work, and he gets all the... Like, he's got the cushest job you could possibly imagine. But, yeah.
He's basketball's version of Anthony Rendon. Won a championship once, and then stopped playing due to injuries.
Yeah, and... He's
literally Anthony Rendon.
Yeah, and there was another aspect of this where... I feel like the NBA will be investigating into this because in today's NBA, you want to be able, and this is about luring in different, free agents and being able to like try to, still stay below the aprons because the aprons are a thing. So now it's like, how do you go through this and find this? Because I'm sure there's probably other teams that are doing something similar. Steve Ballmer's not like the dumbest dude ever, so I'm sure if he could figure it out, other people could figure it out. So yeah, I'm just kind of interested in how deep this goes. So wild story for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. Who knows what's going to happen if they end up getting some sanctions or whatever? But
here's my next question: when was the last time you saw a team have two owners get forced out by the league?
I mean, It's I don't know if they would force Al Balmer because he's obviously I think they would discipline the Clippers quite a bit. Maybe they'll discipline the Clippers by including forcing them to re-sign Paul George. Maybe they'll be like, "Hey, you know what? Your punishment for this, you got to bring back Paul George on your team."
No, they're gonna trade. They're gonna have to trade for James Harden again.
Yeah, just just make that all happen. Just make it all happen.
They got to round up the All-Star team from 2011.
Just get the whole gang back together. So yeah, so that's what's happening in the NBA at least. So weird things. And one other NBA thing that was breaking kind of before we hopped on as well was the fact that they Shams announced that the 2026 All-Star game. You know how I love All-Star games.
Yeah.
Bruh.
You know how I love me an NBA All-Star game. Not.
It's your favorite.
Come on, man. What are we doing? Is likely to feature a round-robin tournament. This is where I lost. This is it's already done. You lost me at round-robin tournament. What? Stop with the bullshit on this round-robin tournament trash. Just play a fucking game. A normal game. Please. That's all I'm asking. One time. Just go back to what it used to be. All right, I'll keep reading.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay, Scotty.
I'm sorry. Feature a round-robin tournament consisting of 3 8-player squads of 2 USA teams and 1 world team. NBA Players Union presented the format to the competition committee, and I think they're lying about this, but somehow got rave reviews out of whatever that means. So yeah, last year's format, in case you forgot, was the 4-team single elimination tournament with a target score of 40 points for each round. No one liked it. It sucked. This year,
quit the stream.
I quit the stream. I was tired of these Mr. Beast 10-15 minute breaks for a timeout. It was dumb.
Remember, like they played a game for like 5 minutes and then stopped to have a 40-minute break to say goodbye to TNT.
Yeah, which was dumb. The NBA says about 70% of the players in the league are American, meaning it therefore will be easier for international players to make an all-star roster in a U.S. versus world style competition. So it's like, it's just like, I was so excited for World versus USA, and they did need to figure out how to do it because of the number of players and the number of positions available. Because that's a layer to this. But when you're doing all these things, man, I'm already not excited about it. Twitter's blowing it up like it's like the worst thing ever already. So it is what it is. I guess that's
NBA
why.
NBA All-Star game is always their festivities have consistently been the worst over the past bunch of years.
It's been rough. Between that, I mean, I don't watch any of the Pro Bowl or NFL like Pro Bowl weekends festivities really.
Yeah, I like this. The skills challenges are usually fun. The Pro Bowl itself is not, but I like the skills challenges.
Yeah,
you at least have good NFL players in there, and not the equivalent of Mac McClung.
Seriously, don't get me started on Mac McClung. Luckily, we won't see him because he's retiring from the dunk contest. Because I mean, they still might wake him up. They still might wake him up out of his deep sleep, his frozen cryo state, to come back.
Imagine being a G leaguer and having to retire from an NBA thing because you're too.
That's how you know it's bad. That's how you know.
You're not even an NBA player.
Mac McClung, get out of here!
I know, it's freaking insane.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
And not basketball news. Did you see what happened in the Rockies game the other day? Besides losing,
I saw something where there was some tempers flaring in a Rockies game. Maybe, or is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, it was the second batter of the game. So literally top of the first, second batter hits a long home run. He admires and stares at it. Unfortunately, baseball sucks without unwritten rules, so the pitcher says something about it, and then the fight breaks out.
So the Rockies are fighting for a change. I like it. They need to. They need to.
Yeah.
They need to.
And then the pitcher afterwards is bitching about it, like, yeah, you can't be sitting there staring at it. Well, I've got a suggestion. Don't throw him a fucking cookie.
Yeah, I mean, all the unwritten rules in baseball, it's part of it. You understand. You understand that that's a thing, whether or not you like it or you don't like it or whatever. But at least the Rockies are actually fighting this late in the season, knowing, hey, they're not going to lose 100 games. So that's a win.
That's
they'll
still lose 100 games. They won't lose 121 games. Let's see what their record's currently at.
I think they avoided a 100 loss season, if I'm not mistaken, with a win the other day.
You are completely wrong. They just lost their 100th game.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
They lost their 100th game yesterday.
Okay.
Or the day before, whenever it was. They have 39 and 100.
So get your facts straight.
Okay. All right. I'll get my facts straight. I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I was thinking, you know what I was thinking? The worst record in baseball. They avoided the worst record in baseball the other day, but with the win.
All they have to do is get 3 wins in there, and they'll avoid that.
Yeah. So I think they're good. I think they're going to be golden there. I mean, there's no way they don't.
I wouldn't call them good.
There's no way they're. Yeah, we're golden. Don't sweat on the Rockies. They'll be fine. All right. So that being said, I think it's time. I think it's
time.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back to the NFL preview show live on Twitch here in the Action Lab Sports Dome. Yeah, we're in a dome tonight because that's what I want to be in. And we're going to be breaking down the best games.
The Thunderdome?
And all of it. We're going to be breaking down the best games. If you got fantasy picks and you have fantasy advice that you are looking for, go ahead, hit us up in the chat. We'll help you with that as well. We're going to have best bets. We're going to have everything you want right now. So don't go anywhere. Let's get to it. And let's get into week 1 showcase. Breaking down the best games of the week. And we are starting with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Thursday night football to start the season. And I'm not going to lie. It's going to be, I mean, we kind of been down on Dallas. They just traded Micah Parsons away. And you're just like, okay, what are we getting with this team? But now we're sitting at an 8.5 point spread for this game. So let's break down the tail of the tape. Why not? We got the Philadelphia Eagles. 8.5. Let me make sure that line is still the same. 8.5 point favorites at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Over under total set at 47.5. Money line plus 340 for Dallas. So just under 3.5 to 1 on your money. And the Philadelphia Eagles minus 430. If you guys are curious on how all these numbers work, go ahead. You could throw your questions in the chat. But basically, this is saying that before this game starts, the Dallas Cowboys have 8.5 points on top of the Philadelphia Eagles. So at the end of the game, when it's all said and done, you add 8.5 to the Dallas Cowboys score, and if they're winning, they win that bet on the spread. Money line is just straight up to win, either one team or the other. There's just different odds associated with it. So bet 100 to win 340 for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, I'm looking at this FanDuel, not on our screen. So it's plus 340. And then if you have to bet the Philadelphia Eagles, they're favorites to win this game, especially with that large points discrepancy. You bet $430 to win 100. I'm just using 100 as a base number there. And then the over/under total is a combined score between both teams, 47.5. Whoa!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Diacola.
Diacola with the 1,000 bits. Diacola, that is too generous. Stop it. What are you doing? You don't need to do all that. Don't do all that.
Just hand him $10 in person.
Thank you so much, Diacola. Football season, let's go. Love it. I love it. Thank you for the generosity. That is too kind. But let's break this down. Rec, do you want to go first and break down what you will like in this one, and then I can I'll come in and we can
sure.
talk.
So I went ahead and bet this number at 7. So I got a really good number off of this. But yeah, essentially the only way that bet does not hit is that the Eagles they just like have the hangover. They don't actually prepare for this game. On paper, on everything, Philly is the better team, and it's not even close. I know people here kind of low on Jalen Hurts. We're taking him over Dak Prescott all day, every day, no questions asked. Saquon, again, as long as he's healthy, he's going to run the ball up your throat. There's nothing he can do about it. Not even Kenny Clark can stop that. Just overall, you're going to have a whole lot less of a pass rush without Micah Parsons. So you're going to give Jalen Hurts time in the pocket. Again, not the best quarterback, but with the weapons he has, you give him time in the pocket, he's going to find them. It's because unless there's a hangover, unless they just did not prepare for this game, there's no reason to not pick the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I ended up getting this number. I placed bets because I'm a DGen. I placed bets like a week and a half ago. And I was just excited to get to week 1. And you get some interesting numbers as you're closing in. By the way, just an overall blanket statement. Early in the season, week 1 is one of the most efficient weeks of the betting calendar because you've had all of the off season. I mean, to break down, to prepare for week 1, right? So that's why all the lines are pretty efficient when it comes to where they should be versus finding the edge, right? So when you have an entire offseason, you see all the moves, you see all the injuries take place, you already can, play into that week 1. It's tough finding some of the extra fat that you can trim off and take some of them on these bets. But I was able to get 6.5 for the Philadelphia Eagles minus 6.5. So they only have to, if a touchdown wins for Philadelphia if they beat them by 7. But now that it's crept up to 8.5, and this is one of Scotty's best bets of the week, Scotty ended up going Dallas plus 8.5. And there's some reasons why. I mean, they just lost Micah Parsons. So you're like, oh man, how are they going to do with that? They're also missing a couple other starters on the defensive side that, are dealing with some injury aspects of going into this week 1 slate. And then,
of course he did, Homer.
Yeah, yeah, of course he did. And so I just think that the Cowboys offense might be a little bit, people may be sleeping on them a little bit. They just picked up George Pickens in the offseason. They already have CeeDee Lamb. I'm not sold on their running game necessarily, but they did take Micah Parsons out of it, which could be, I know it's weird to say addition by subtraction because he's one of the best rushers in the NFL, pass rushers in the NFL. But at the same time, he was also a locker room cancer, and there was some rumors behind the scenes that he was not rubbing teammates the right way. I mean, he's not Deshaun Watson, right? I mean, I'm just saying. But here we are. This is what we do on this show.
Wow.
But I think that the offense for the Dallas Cowboys could surprise people. The Eagles lost some players on defense in the offseason. They did sign a couple guys back. So, they're there. They still have a good defense. But Dallas Cowboys, I think, with a big number at 8.5. I didn't make it at one of my best bets, but if I had a lean, 8.5 seems kind of generous here for an offense that I think will be better this season with Dak. I think this is a bounce back year. I think they'll be able to get something going. I know they have a new head coach that people are kind of questioning, but I stayed away from this game. I'm not. I do think Philadelphia should win this game, and they will win this game. They are the better team.
Devil's advocate.
But I'm just saying, when you're talking about the number 8.5,
like I said, I got it 7. Yeah, 8.5. I'd probably stay away. But yeah, I bet this a week ago. Bet this right after the Parsons trade before it moved.
Yeah.
So I'm really confident in that 7-point spread.
Yeah, and I've seen some models that are like, I would take it all the way up to 10. That's too aggressive for me. I wouldn't do that. But I think the Eagles are going to control the line of scrimmage. They'll have a little. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will be able to just still continue to stay in this football game, just from a pure standpoint of, let's say they're behind, a backdoor cover with a late touchdown in this game could totally throw this one off. So I think the Eagles win this game, but a backdoor cover scares the hell out of me, which is why I'm staying away from it. But Scotty's brave enough. He's got the cojones to take him.
I can feel
Is he brave enough? Is it brave enough or dumb enough?
I mean, he might be thinking with his heart and not his head in this one, but I mean, that's just, it is a big number though. It is a big number. So Dallas Cowboys, keep an eye on them to keep it a little closer than you would expect. Also, week 1 is always weird, right? I feel like if there's going to be upsets, week 1, you kind of get some of those.
It's like with the Eliminator, like half the league is gone after week 1.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, this is going to be the first game tomorrow night, Thursday night football, to start the NFL season, and you got a nice little division rivalry here. So hopefully it could be a good game. Hopefully they'll keep it close. I'm curious on all of the unders as well. Last season, we started out with unders in prime time, especially Thursday night football, always going under. This line, 47.5, is kind of standard. So I don't know. Eagles defense is good, but I do think the Dallas Cowboys could score. Not messing around with the under in this one, letting this one play out. So there you go. That's week 1 kicking off this slate. Let's go to the next game. And we have the Chiefs and the Chargers in an AFC West showdown.
Skip. Sky's not here.
We can skip it. Scotty, we know where he's going to be on this one. But that doesn't mean we're not talking about it here. So we have the lines on the board. Let me give you the actual current lines in case those have changed. So this is bounced around. I don't know how he got. Actually, Scotty put together the graphics. 3.5 in this one. It's been 3 for the longest time. I don't think I've seen it deviate from 3. But the Kansas City Chiefs are visiting the LA Chargers to open up, and this is a Brazil game. So this won't be here, which takes away a little bit of that home field advantage. I mean, not that the Chargers had it in the first place, because they never do. But either way, Chargers are 3-point underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs on opening night. Chiefs favored to win straight up, -168. Chargers +142 on the money line. And the over-under total, 46.5. So, this is across the board between Scotty and myself. A best bet of the week and one of our golden bets of the week. One of our super bets, super picks. So Chargers obviously enter the season a little banged up on the offensive line. They lost their best offensive lineman earlier on this season. I think that hurts them a ton. Rashawn Slater not going to be able to play this season with an injury. So, which is what I think is going to be the big difference in them making the playoffs versus not. I know you take one player out of the equation. You're like, how could one player make such an impact? Well, when you're protecting the quarterback, it's kind of a big deal. And when you're one of the best in the league, it's kind of a big deal. So they have to reshuffle up front. Rashee Rice also is going to be dealing with some suspensions, but you still have Xavier Worthy, Marquise Brown, Travis Kelce, who just got engaged. Congratulations. But I think this number should be about 4.5. I think Kansas City is the better team. They swept the series last year as part of their 11-0 one-score records. And then they have the Chargers number in this spot. I do think that the 3, if this was 3.5, I think I would be more inclined to maybe start leaning towards Chargers in this one. But we all know that the Chiefs show up early in the season. We all know that they have the best quarterback in the league. They have the best coach in the league. And when they're in close games, like they always are with the Chargers, they always find a way to just victimize the Chargers and just get above breathing room when it comes to closing out games. So that being said, I loved Kansas City -3. I'm surprised it actually hasn't gone even further. I think, like I said, this should be a 4.5 point spread. So if I'm getting a full point and a half of value on Kansas City to lay that, I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. And even if they win by a field goal, it's a push. So whatever. But I do think the Chiefs are the better team in this spot. They're hungry. They lost in the Super Bowl, and they are ready to come back. Travis Kelce's feeling better. Coming off of that, the previous offseason where he said he wasn't exactly as into it. This year he is.
Excuses.
But Kansas City Chiefs, -3, a best bet.
Yeah. So here's a little unusual bet I made. There's something Chris about. You can't do it on FanDuel. You can do it on other sites like Caesars and stuff like that. So I took the Chargers and moved it up to like +9. And then I paired that with the Chiefs money line to get +180, something like that. Because like he was talking about with the one-score games, the Chiefs, they play close. The offense ran by Matt Nagy, not very good. Defense, very good. Chargers still don't have a legitimate wide receiver 2. Ladd McConkey is the only real target. We'll see how Marion Hampton does, and of course they lost to Sean Slater. That hurts. Again, knowing the Chiefs, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Probably going to be a one-possession game. So if you're looking for a teaser, this is a good chance. If you want to try something new with a little teaser plus a money line pick, this is the right game to do that. It's going to be close. The Chiefs, there's no home field advantage. Chiefs easily have the advantage. They're going to win. And I'm actually going to be streaming this game on Playback on Friday.
Yeah, this game will be on Playback on Friday. We're deciding whether or not we're going to do it on Friday. We'll see. We'll keep you posted.
I'm definitely doing it. We'll see if he'll be here or not.
Yeah, we'll see if we'll be simulcasting it. But either way, this will be, I think, an interesting game. These two teams always play each other tough. And I feel like the Chargers, regardless of how good or bad they are, always have those games where they play the Chiefs tough. Would I love the Chiefs to go and lose a game here early in the season?
Yes.
I would actually love that. But I don't think that that's what's going to happen here. So either way, Chiefs, Chargers, awesome game, neutral site. Keep that in mind. By the way, make sure you guys are making all of your selections and your pick'ems and all of your Survivor leagues. I put the contest in the chat, so make sure you guys are doing that as well. Shout out to Joe. What's up, Joe? Go give Joe a follow if you haven't already. I was popping into his stream a little earlier. He thought he had this crazy idea that the Broncos were going to lose to the Eagles when he was making his prediction. I was like, what is that? What are you doing here, Joe? But
also, one other note about this game, the Chargers will have a player dealing with eye issues playing in this game.
You mean a little Najee?
Yeah.
A little Najee with his
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X with his Cyclops firework display. Yeah.
Captain Najee Harris.
Unreal. Najee Harris. Shout out to people who don't know how to do fireworks correctly.
As Jason Pierre-Paul.
Also, going into some other side little bets here. Lad McConkey, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 175, I think is the last time I saw.
175? That sounds like a good bet.
Plus 175. I mean, he's like kind of their go-to guy on the back end of this defense to try to like break through and get anytime touchdown. Maybe a sprinkle there if you're interested in some of those kind of bets. Also, Patrick Mahomes, I think his passing total was 240.5 minus 114. I mean, he's going to go all over the place in this one. I would probably lean the over if you can still get around 240.5 on his over under total for total passing yards. So just another couple little tidbits there. But all right, what do you say we get to the next game?
Yep.
And that is the Ravens and the Bills, which Sunday Night Football, we are going to be live here in the Action Lab watching the second half of this game. We're also going to be breaking down all the week one action. After the game is over, we'll have some games we'll be playing. We'll be gifting out subs to the community if we win these games, and you guys could participate. It's one of our best shows of the week. Next to this one, which is also the best show of the week. We don't have any terrible shows of the week. So we want you guys there. So make sure you hit that follow button. If you're new to the channel, hit that follow button. You know we would go live every Wednesday and Sunday during the NFL season, breaking down all of these games. So Buffalo, Baltimore, probably, there's a lot of great matchups this week. A lot of great. I want to say this is the best matchup of the week. There's going to be one in the NFC, one in the AFC that really kind of stand out to me, but this is the one you want to watch, and it'll be Sunday Night Football, where you have two of the top teams in the AFC battling it out. I know Scotty's not here to say the Chiefs, but here we are. This game right here, we got the Ravens and Bills. I'll take a look at the current line as it sits right now. The current line minus 1.5. So Ravens 1.5 point favorites on the road in Buffalo. The Ravens minus 112 on the money line. The Buffalo Bills minus 104 on the money line. Over under total set at 50.5. By the way, going back about a month ago, this over under total was 53.5, and it's coasted down little by little as time has gone on, which is why I feel like we love this as this is one of my best bets and one of our super bets of the week.
Super picks
of the week, the over 50.5. I think this number's trended too far downwards. I mean, this line opened at 53.5, which is kind of where Vegas thinks this should be. And the fact that it's dropped 3 full points means the value is starting to flip the other way. I think the Ravens are going to come out in this game and be very, very good offensively. Buffalo Bills have kind of struggled against Baltimore, stopping some of what Baltimore does offensively. You got a lot to get, when it comes to Lamar Jackson and this offense, that he can get things rolling. Buffalo Bills, I also think are going to score. Josh Allen at home in that Buffalo Bills offense, especially in front of that home crowd that just jumps on flaming tables and goes crazy. This week one matchup for Sunday Night Football is going to be wild, and I think it's going to be one of the best of the week. But I just think in this game, I'm looking at this side by side. The reason why one of my best bets is Baltimore plus 1.5 is I just think this is a pick'em game. So if I'm getting an extra 1.5 of value on a team that I feel like is borderline better, if not, I think better, At this point, especially in the regular season, especially after last season. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens have had all season to think about this, right? All off season to think about this game. So this rematch week 1, I'll take a really, really good Baltimore team that's rated at the top of the league, getting points anytime I can. So I will do that here against Buffalo as one of my best bets. So Baltimore plus 1.5, and then the over 50.5 in this game.
I mean, like, none of these teams really made league-changing moves during the offseason. I mean, for the most part, they're the same team as they were last year. So
yeah,
we know what we saw. I mean, Baltimore, I think, beat Buffalo bad in the regular season. The Buffalo got revenge in the playoffs, so that is a possibility. But either way, when you have two teams that know each other very well and have barely changed, you should get a very close, good game on paper. I wouldn't take any bets in this game. Except maybe I'll take like touchdown bets, but I wouldn't actually do any spread or money line or stuff like that. All I know is it should be a fun game. It's going to be so upsetting if one team just runs away with it by halftime.
Yeah. I think I honestly think this is going to be one of the best games of the week, and yeah, I just think that Baltimore's too good of a team right now. Given what they did last season, given they come bringing back a lot of their guys that they had last season, same thing with Buffalo. I just think, when it comes to beating Baltimore twice, so, you had them in the playoffs last year. Now it's kind of that revenge game. I think that sits with you a little bit more. So Baltimore's going to really come in and want this game where a good quality team that's on paper, one of the best, if not the best in the AFC, getting points. It's just hard. It's just hard not to.
Dr. J, sorry, Chris, you're clearly lost in the barbecue sauce with this one.
Nope. You lost
in the Old Bay.
Yeah, I got Baltimore. I got Baltimore in this one.
So Joe Quills earlier in the chat talking about the Friday game. He said it sounds like it'll be the last Friday night season opener until at least 2029.
Yeah, 2029 is that we're
I didn't see that. I saw that there won't be one next year. I didn't see any news about it after 2026.
All right. Well, enjoy the Friday opening night while you can. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, okay.
So,
and of course, this will be the game. Ravens Bills. This will be Chris, Riley, and Human Juke on.
Yep, Human Juke will be on. He's always fun. He's always a great time. He does a lot of music on his channel, but he's a big Bills fan. So is Riley. So you might want to tune in, have some fun with us. I have to find the article. I read it this morning. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah. By the way, if you want to throw a random dart on the board for this game, Mark Andrews anytime touchdown score plus 190. He's kind of been a little bit iffy on most of some of the bets that I've put on him in the past, but Mark Andrews I think is going to be able to get a little bit going here. I think he'll be in good spot for a potential anytime touchdown. So
I mean, yeah, I like that just because of the fact that everyone's down on him after he choked in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
Like Lamar, Andrews always chokes in the playoffs. Regular season, Mark Andrews at plus 190, that's a good bet.
And then Isaiah Likely, he's not playing, right? So
yeah, he's hurt.
So he's hurt. So Isaiah Likely's out.
Yeah, he's unlikely to play.
Andrews is the safety blanket for Lamar Jackson. So whenever he's not getting things going down the field, Mark Andrews is his guy. So think about that one. Mark Andrews, I think it was at plus 190 last time I checked. So
yeah, I'll take that.
So there you go. All right. I talked about the best team, the best matchup in the AFC, and now we're getting into arguably one of the best matches in the NFC. One of the best games, and that's the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers coming up next on this preview. So this one is going to be pure fun, pure fireworks. And you're going to enjoy this one because you have two teams in the division that were absolutely crushing it last season, both with high expectations. Green Bay just got Micah Parsons, and we'll see how healthy he is if he's coming into this game, if he's going to be effective or not. But let's see the tail of the tape here. Green Bay Packers currently 2.5-point favorites here in this game. And the Green Bay Packers minus 134 on the money line. The Detroit Lions plus 114. Over under total set at 47.5. So this game is interesting to me in the sense that this line jumped to 2.5 in favor of the Packers on the Micah Parsons news. So all of a sudden this jumped up, and I think, sure, there's some things to love about this if you're a Green Bay Packers fan and if you're a betting fan of trying to catch the edge. But I think I don't think Micah Parsons, based off of local reports coming out of Green Bay, he's dealing with like shots and issues with his health and things along those lines and trying to get in game shape for this one. And I don't know if he's going to have as much of an impact in this initial game. You also got to get to know like the teammates and the staff and all those other things on top of all the health stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if this line goes back the other way, which is why I feel like the value lies in Detroit plus 2.5 in this game. There's a lot of hype surrounding Green Bay all of a sudden. We picked them to go to the Super Bowl in our picks. A lot of people, they're the fresh new darling to pick to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. But I think the other aspect and the other side of the coin is the fact that Detroit has two new coordinators. This is an interesting dynamic because Detroit, has to redo everything, all of their game plans and schemes, and that's gonna be different from the two guys that they lost. Packers have a Thursday night game versus Washington on deck, so that's another kind of like look ahead potentially. So you want to keep that in mind. Since 2012, home teams on Thursday night in week 2 are 3-8-1 against the spread in week 1. Thursday night football on deck can be a distraction this early in the season. So I think that that's another thing that you have to account for in this one, which is why I would lean Detroit plus 2.5 in this game if I had to pick it. But I'm super excited to see both these teams play.
Yeah, I was actually talking to a former Charger today about Thursday night football and how that wears on the players.
I mean, it's you can't prepare for it as well as you can for like a full rest week.
Period. Like you can't. There's zero practice for a Thursday game.
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking to him. Like I asked the question. I figured I knew the answer, and he told me exactly what I thought. But yeah. Anyway, this game, it's going to be, again, last game we was talking about, well, they didn't really add anyone, didn't get anyone back. It's all the same teams. Well, the Packers got Micah Parsons, and the Lions are getting Aiden Hutchinson back, who they didn't have when they played the Packers both times last year. So, we got a lot going here. As we talked about on Sunday, Lions have two brand new coordinators, no idea how they're going to fare in their first action. So that does put a little bit of swing towards the Packers. Like I said, you got a divisional matchup like this, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tight. Again, Dan Campbell motivates guys like only Tomlin can compete with him in that stat. Campbell's going to have his guys ready to run through the brick wall. Like you said, it's going to be game of the week material in general. Not a whole lot of injuries for either team to deal with. Those Packers do have a new receiving core, hopefully one that's a whole lot better than it was last year when Jaden Reed was the two. So, again, I can't make a bet on anything in this game. Too many moving parts here. That's just one where you sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, I think you can enjoy this one. This one's going to be a fun one. Yeah, I think I just think the value is on Detroit if you're going to be betting this one. Other bets I like in this, Jameson Williams. I think his over-under total was 50.5 for total receiving yards. I think Jameson Williams is going to have a nice year this year. So this one, minus 114. Like to see him get over 50.5 total receiving yards. Sam Laporta, he's going to be, I think, a focal point. He kind of has had some up and down moments over the last year, but I think his receiving yards are only at a 36.5, which I think is going to be, I would play it probably even up to the low 40s, like 41, 42.5, as long as you're still getting a number around that. But for tight ends, I feel like is going to be kind of a boost, especially in Detroit. So Sam Laporta, keep an eye on him to have a decent receiving output. But looking at this, though, I will say on the spread at 2.5, 79% of the public is on the Lions, and 77% of the money is on the Lions, which
Packers might be the
makes you think, you might want to pump your brakes on this one. The value might be on the Lions, but also everyone's jumping on that as well. So
the value might be, there's no value if you don't win.
It's true. It's true. So that's part of the deal. You guys think Jameson is legit, or is he another Mecole Hardman? I mean, with Jared Goff, I think he's in a better situation.
The new offensive coordinator supposedly loves him and wants to get him involved. Like Ben Johnson.
I do think Jameson Williams will have an uptick this season, especially from a fantasy standpoint. So I drafted him in a couple of my leagues just as a late round pick because he was dropping quite a bit. I don't think there's a lot of love for Jameson Williams, but this might change a little bit. He had weird usage last season, yeah, of course, and that's what I think adjusts this year. They're going to be utilizing a lot of options offensively. Jared Goff can spread the ball around. You have confidence that he can put up points. And in an offense that needs points to stay up in this division, I think that that's going to be something he'll be able to use with Jameson Williams. So, good questions, though. Good questions. Thank you guys in the chat for keeping with us. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. We have our contests that we are running. If you haven't joined our contests, they're in the chat right now. Link for our super contest, which is 4 picks against the spread every week. And then at the end of the season, the highest and lowest winners will get a prize. You have the jersey. We're giving out jerseys. Survivor. Make sure you join in on the Survivor League so that you guys can be a part of that. Easy. You pick one team every week. As long as you keep winning with the team that you choose, you'll keep going until you are the last one standing. And then finally, the pick'em, just picking every game of the week, seeing where you rank at the end of the season. So all those are free. All the codes and passwords are in the chat. So make sure you join in, and you can win some cool Action Lab gear if you win those contests. All right, next game, Texans and Rams. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what this game is looking at right now. So we have on our graphic have the Rams 3.5 point favorites. That has actually dropped down to 3 according to FanDuel Sportsbook. So the Rams 3-point favorites at home against the Houston Texans. Rams minus 156 on the money line. Texans plus 132. Over under total set at 43.5. Rick, go ahead. Tell us what you like about this Rams Texans.
Well, my first question while you're on the FanDuel thing, what are the first half lines?
Let me take a look. First half lines for Houston, and as far as what? The spreads or the totals, or what are you looking at?
The spreads.
First half spread, Rams minus 1.5. First half total, under 22, over under 22.5.
I would go Texans there. I know I'm a degen talking about first half spreads in week 1, but But the Texans, the big problem with D'Amico Ryans, as we even heard Speed say from Speed's in the benchmark, they're a first half team. The Texans, they come out the gate, guns are blazing first half. Second half comes around, and they get stonewalled. So overall, I do like the Rams here. I think they're a much better team overall, much better coach. Obviously got Sean McVay, and then it doesn't matter who his coordinators are, whether they're new or not. He'll have him running circles around everybody. Yeah, overall, I like the Rams to win this game. Texans, they have to reprove themselves. Obviously, 2 years ago, they came out, showed that they could be really good. Last year had the sophomore slump, and they got to try and prove themselves again. Or is this will be a long season for them where what should be a free division could become up for grabs very quick.
Yeah, and this is a dead even split down the middle when it comes to the spread. The spread -3. Public is 50-50 basically on the Rams and the Texans. Money split basically down the middle as well. I think this is an interesting game because we've been talking a lot about Matt Stafford and what that looks like with his back. People like, oh, he's injured. How is that going to be? He's been coming into the season kind of not quite 100%, but they've been kind of patching things up. He should be ready to go in this one, so that's always a good sign. Sean McVay can also put any kind of offense, regardless of who's in there. We've seen so many different offensive players have success under Sean McVay because he just is a mastermind in being able to get points on the board offensively. So the injury is the biggest thing. You have the Texans come in with a top 10 defense that's projected to be pretty good this season. If they could get after the quarterback and they could get a Matt Stafford uncomfortable or even just get some hits on him, I'm curious what that'll look like. I don't have a bet in this game when it comes to the spread or the over-under totals just because I just don't know what to expect from either of these teams because you look on the other side and CJ Stroud is coming off kind of a sophomore slump based off of his first rookie season that was just crazy. But Nico Collins, that whole offense, they're pretty good, but I don't have a good pulse on everything else. So depending on how the pass rush gets to Matt Stafford is how I feel like this game is going to go. If they could get a lot of pressure, I think Houston has a good chance to win this game. And you might be able to get some value on the money line for Houston at plus 130, plus 140, depending on where it lands. But otherwise, I'm staying away from it. I think if there's anything that I'm looking at, it's more of like the prop bets. Kyren Williams, hot coming into a season when it comes to a lot of his fantasy outputs and what people are expecting out of him. I think he has a tough time against this Houston defense. I think this one, his over-under total was set at 87.5 total rushing and receiving yards. I think for like that combo, I would go under if I was picking that little combo there. But I do think short yardage, if they get to the goal line, I like him for an anytime touchdown as well. I think that's at minus 115. So
how about sack totals? Because again, the Texans traded away their best tackle.
Yeah, sack totals. Let me take a look real quick. Let me see. As far as sack totals for
let's go to the Rams.
Let's go defense. Let me take a look and see.
Maybe Jared Verse, any 1+ sacks.
Jared Verse plus 108. Braden Fisk plus 102. And Kobe Turner plus 106 to record a sack. So, it's not nothing crazy, but I'm sure you could get some value there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, this game not a big pulse on, so we'll kind of see what ends up happening with this one. But probably not one of the better games that we've talked about, but either way, I think this Texans-Rams, I'm curious. The biggest thing I'll be looking for as a fan of just watching football is the bounce back for CJ Stroud. See, is he that guy? Is he going to be taking that leap to the next level after a little maybe sophomore step back? I don't know. We'll find out. Because right now,
And
I was gonna say
the other thing you'll be looking for, Matthew Stafford, is his back okay?
yeah, Matthew Stafford. So the quarterbacks in this one will be under a microscope to start the season. So there you go.
McLovin 2017 type game.
It could, yeah. It wouldn't
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me here. A good defense here for Houston against a good offensive mind, and McVay and Stafford can sling it. So, all right, here we go. Steelers and Jets. Rec, I'll let you go first on your boys. What are you feeling about Steelers and Jets? But first, let me go ahead. Let me tell everyone the current lines of what we have here. Obviously, we have Pittsburgh -2.5. This has fluctuated a little bit back and forth over the course of the last week. It's settled in at New York Jets 2.5 point underdogs at home. I think it was previously 3 earlier on in the week. Now it's down to 2.5. The Jets +124 on the money line. The Pittsburgh Steelers -146. Over under total, kind of a lower over under total at 38.5 is where it sits right now.
Probably the under.
So both these teams, obviously, offensively, we're going to be looking at some of their offensively probably aren't good, but also have decent defenses that can slow down the other team, which is hence the over under total a little bit lower at 38.5, Rick.
So I got this number at 3, and I took Jets +3, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. Number one, as actually Sky talked about with the players missing all of preseason, just resting off preseason. That's what happened with Aaron Rodgers and multiple other players. They didn't play at all, which I feel like is necessary, especially for an offense that's been overhauled. We have a lot of new pieces, a lot of new faces on the team. And number 2, here's a stat for you that I guarantee you didn't know existed. Mike Tomlin against rookie coaches in his last 8 tries, 0-7-1, going up against a rookie coach here on the road in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So history says this is not a good matchup for Pittsburgh. Of course, earlier this week, Elijah Vera Tucker got hurt. It sounds like he might be out for the year now for the Jets. So the other side should produce. Well, the guy he'd be going up against, Derek Harmon, he is out for the game with the MCL sprain, might miss another game or 2. And, of course, the big storyline here, both quarterbacks played for the other team last year. Justin Fields felt slighted by the Steelers, felt like Tomlin misled him and lied to him. And then Aaron Rodgers after the season ended, flew back with the Jets just so they could tell him that he got cut. From everything I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like Rodgers is like trying to make a big deal out of this. It's just like, yeah, it's just a week 1 game. I don't care who it is. I don't care if that's the Jets. But overall, this is going to be a low-scoring, sloppy game. On most instances, I take the team with the veteran head coach over the rookie head coach. But again, with the Steelers' history against rookie head coaches, I lean towards the Jets. And I did actually write an article about that last weekend.
Okay. Yeah, and for all the reasons, and then some more here that you mentioned, I like if it's at 3, I like the Jets a lot. I actually think this should be close to like a half point to a point, maybe, but you're also getting a couple extra points of value here, even with a 2.5. I would much rather feel more comfortable with 3 on the Jets side. But that being said, I just think that the Jets have a strong defensive front, secondary depth. They're well positioned. They're going to generate a lot of disruption for Aaron Rodgers, who we know is not exactly the same Aaron Rodgers that we're used to seeing from his old days in Green Bay. He has looked like a shell of himself. So I think that that's going to keep this offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers just off balance in this one. I mean, Justin Fields has outperformed Rodgers in several key metrics over the last 17 starts, including total QBR, 52 to 48, completion percentage over expected, and yards per attempt. Fields also holds superior record from a starter during this span of games, 9-8 versus 5-12. I know Aaron Glenn's coming in as the new quarterback or the new coach for the Jets, but I just think that these teams are very similar. And I think I like Justin Fields' athleticism and his ability to create off script with his legs a little more than I feel Aaron Rodgers has offensively to make plays happen at his age and his kind of situation right now with his offense. So you have Braylon Allen and Breece Hall going head to head against each other. I mean, very similar kind of teams, which means if it's a close game, which it could be a low scoring close game, you're always going to get the most value getting the points, especially if you could get the 3. But 2.5, still kind of like it. This, I believe, let me double check real quick, is one of Scotty's best bets of the week.
Yeah, it is. He has the Steelers.
He has the Steelers plus 2.5, which
I'm saying minus 2.5. My bad.
Or yeah, minus 2.5. Which, not gonna lie, I'm nervous for Scotty on that one. Let's see.
Well, if you remember last year, he had a losing record for a reason.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired.
Roger.
So did I though.
He was. Remember, he would have been last place had he not missed a couple games in the Super Contest.
That's true. So Jets seem like the team. If you can somehow find a way to get 3 leading into week 1, which I don't think. I think it's going to go the other way. If it's going to continue to progress, you would probably want to go and get that. The public on the spread, 2.5, 60% on the Steelers, 72% of the money on the Steelers. So it's not looking great, Rick.
I'll put it like this: either I make money and I'm happy, or my team wins and I'm happy.
Ooh, but then you look at the money line. Money line, 82% of the public and 91% of the money all on Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, either I win money and I'm good, or my team wins and I'm good. Although I will be on a plane when this game starts.
Let's see. What do we got in the chat?
Earlier we had, does anyone know if Fields has a better or worse O-line compared to when he played for the Bears?
Well, it took a hit.
I would say better just because that O-line had nothing.
The Bears O-line is better now than it was when he was there, but he also lost one of his top offensive linemen, Vera Tucker, this week. So
he's got a rookie on the right side, Armand Membu.
Holy Ash, what's going on, Ash? How we doing? By the way, contest. I know a lot of you guys are already in the contest, but here's the contest links. They're all free to enter. A super contest, a pick'em, and a Survivor League. Join in. They're fun. They're free. You could win some prizes. Rodgers is a Trojan horse that will finally convince Rooney to look for the 4th head coach of the Steelers. That's Rex's favorite thing that he's seen in the chat all night.
I don't think it's true. That requires Rooney to have a spine and testicles.
I mean,
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
Yeah.
He doesn't have those.
Or he doesn't have those either. So, it is what it is at this point. But there you go. This game, it's not going to be one of my marquee matchups that I'm going to be watching, but I'm going to be fascinated to see how kind of like
the league sees this as a marquee matchup, as this is, as like of all the early games, the games in the early window, the noon window, this one has the most coverage across the country.
Yeah, this one, it'll be interesting for sure. In the sense that these are just
Pittsburgh,
2 teams.
SCG, you actually did not hear me talking about how he put money on the Jets.
No, SCG, I think everyone. First of all, I'm holding my chip for not betting on the Steelers because I'm still I'm not going to do it. My chip is intact. We're good. Scotty, on the other hand, is taking the Steelers as one of his best bets at minus 2.5, which Rec and I feel like is a little bit anti-Steelers betting. Yeah, I'm always going to take, if I'm going to bet, I'm
What
betting.
is Scotty doing?
I don't know.
Look, I bet the Jets, which should tell you a lot.
There's a lot of people that think the Steelers are the wrong take, and we'll see how it turns out. We'll take a look at the best bets here in a second. Don't worry. We'll see all of that. All right, let's get to the next one here.
ATL Lab.
ATL Lab is in effect in the NFC South because we have to talk about it. Let's go. ATL Lab is coming up here on this next preview. And this one, this I think is another interesting map. I've said that about because the NFL did a great job in a lot of these games to start this season. So starts out with the Atlanta Falcons and the Bucks, which are projected to be the top two teams in this division when it's all said and done. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape that's currently in place now, because our graphic says 2.5, but the current line is Atlanta Falcons plus 1.5 point underdogs at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Atlanta Falcons plus 110 on the money line, Tampa Bay minus 130. The over-under total at 47.5.
So the money's moving towards Atlanta. People are starting to bet them.
Yep. Atlanta, 2.5 was a popular bet early in the week. I was leaning 2.5. Wasn't one of my best bets. But both these teams should have decent offenses once again. So the difference is Atlanta went in heavy on upgrading the defense in the offseason, adding Jalen Walker, James Pierce, to try to get that pass rush going. Liam Cohen departed for Jacksonville. O-lineman Tristan Wirfs out to begin the season, along with wide receiver Chris Godwin. So, Tampa Bay offense is kind of in a weird spot as well. Teams that finish in the top 5 in scoring tend to regress in the following season, especially in week 1. Division home dogs are historically good plays in week 1. And even better, when the home team does not make the playoffs the season prior, the opponent did, which is the case here, you have some of these trends. So, Atlanta, if it were me, I would kind of lean towards an Atlanta side here, knowing they bolstered their defense, knowing they have Kyle Pitts. Enough said. He's going to have the Pitts. He is the guy. I'm telling you, he will be in his 5th season. This is the year. I've been told.
He can't even say that with a straight face.
This is the year. This is the year for Pitts. Tampa
can't beat Big Penix energy.
Is it Penix or penis? Wait, what?
CBS will tell you the last.
CBS thinks it's penis, but I guess that's a whole different story.
You don't have to be a dick about it.
Just saying. But yeah,
the whole situation's nuts.
All right, and we're here all week. Rex here all week. ATL Lab, baby. It's a shout out. If it's not my best bet of the week, but if you're holding a gun to my head and ask me to pick this, it's ATL Lab all the way, baby. Let's go.
I'd say, Bowles isn't one of my favorite coaches, but I'd still say this is a coaching mismatch in favor of Tampa Bay. I don't like what Raheem Morris has done so far in Atlanta. And again, I am a big fan of Baker Mayfield. So again, I would lean him over Penix. Like with you, I'm not betting. And a divisional game, I do tend to lean towards the home team. It's just hard to make that decision now. I don't have any stock in this game. I don't have any money. Divisional game again should be tight. With Tristan Wirfs out, we'll see if any of those rookie edge rushers can come in on the blind side and make and make stuff happen. Because it should be probably a 3-point game or less. It'll be one of those games where where you're watching Red Zone, getting through your commercials, and that the game pops on enough to where you pay attention to it, but when it's not on, you keep forgetting about it.
This feels a lot like a last-second field goal kind of game. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That's how a lot of these NFC South games. You always turn on. You're always watching Red Zone, and all of a sudden, it's a shitty kind of like first 3 quarters, and all of a sudden it comes down to a field goal at the end where you're glued to an NFC South ending of a game, and you're just like, why am I here? Why all the other games are like either blowouts or not interesting or whatever, and you're watching a field goal to win the game.
It'll be 10-6 at the end of the third quarter. And the final score is going to end up being something like 27-24.
Yeah, exactly. That's the true storyline of any NFC South matchup that we can expect. So it wouldn't shock me if that was the case and it ends up being a good ending to a game. But otherwise, yeah, I lean towards the ATL lab. We're going to ATL Atlanta Falcons.
Of course you are.
You know, because there's no other way around it. That's the way we go, baby. All right, let's get to the game of the week. I mean,
the game of the week. You talk about it. I'll be right back. I gotta get some more water.
Code yellow or cold clear in the chat. I don't know what to. I don't know how to do that there. But this is obviously the worst game of the slate that we're doing. But we always talk about our 3 teams: the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Broncos. So, of course, we had to throw this in here as a little addition. So, that being said, let's look at the tail of the tape for the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. So, Broncos, 7.5-point favorites here at home in this one to open up their season. Minus 430 on the money line, plus 340 for the Tennessee Titans for them to win the game straight up. Over under total set at 42.5. And I'll be real on this one. Broncos, spread was 8.5, and it went down to 7.5. Now it's kind of bouncing back and forth, but it's settled out right now at 7.5. So I would actually lean, as weird as it sounds, on a big number, week 1. I would lean Denver minus 7.5 in this one. I'm not betting it because I just, I want to enjoy this one. Hopefully I enjoy it and they win this game. They should win this game because they're heavy favorites to win. Hence the heavy juice on picking them to win straight up. But Broncos come in, a lot of hype. They have arguably one of the best defenses going into the season in the entire NFL, going up against a rookie quarterback, Cam Ward, and this Tennessee Titans offense. So there's not, it's just a big mismatch here when it comes to the Tennessee Titans offense, which has been struggling year after year after year against the Broncos defense that's better than it has been last year, and it's much improved. So I think there's a big matchup discrepancy between the Tennessee offense, the Broncos defense. And as far as the Denver Broncos offense, I don't know if they're going to necessarily need to do too much in this one. And I think that's okay. The over-under total, again, I believe is, what did I say, 42.5? 42.5.
Still a lot higher than Jets Steelers.
Still a lot higher than Jets Steelers. That's true. But I think Bo Nix comes in. He has a lot of confidence coming in. This is a great confidence-building game to get going to start the season. Now, weirdly enough, I think that early in the season, you always get some efficient numbers. I said that earlier because you have all off season to prepare and look at these rosters and see how they stack up. Vegas does, everyone does. They get some efficient numbers, but you also don't know exactly the week 1 how it's going to play out. That's why you see a lot of upsets in week 1 and week 2. That's why Survivor leagues are as crazy as they are. So I'm just enjoying this one as a fan. The Broncos will win this game. They should win this game. And I don't know. My gut feeling is The Broncos defense is going to carry the offense. Offense isn't going to look as good because they don't need to. And there's going to be a lot of questions. Oh, Bo Nix, is this a sophomore slump early on? Overreactions. So I would love for me to see a big game by Bo Nix, but I just don't know if he's going to need it against a Tennessee team that's in a different place.
Yeah. I mean, look, with the spread up to 8.5, I'm going towards the Titans.
The spread, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we were talking about how the Broncos might be slightly overhyped earlier. Like, are they a better team than the Titans? Yes. But, yes, I know they have Marvin Mims as a big play threat, but they're not a big play team. They're a dink and dunk clock control offense. Like, again, this score could easily be 20-14, 6-point win, which as a Broncos fan, you'll take it. But at plus 8.5, it's still hard to bet on Denver. And again, we don't really know how Cam Ward's going to look, but in a probably low-scoring game, you take 8.5. That's more than taking a 2-possession spread. I gotta go Titans here on the road.
Yeah, I think and we have 8.5 on the graphic. 7.5 is the current line on FanDuel Sportsbook. So you still have, I think it's 7.5. I lean towards Denver. 8.5, you kind of lean towards Tennessee a little bit more. I just think, so you look at Cam Ward and his weapons. Calvin Ridley, he's going to probably draw the matchup with PS2, right? Which, that's going to be a tough matchup. Then you have Tyler Lockett, which is going to go on the other side. Again, Denver defense is going to be looking a lot better this year, especially in the secondary. You got your safety additions. You got your they drafted the kid, the other corner on the other side as well. You still
Barron?
You got Barron. You got the Great White Hope as back there in the secondary as well.
Riley
Moss. So I just think that Calvin Ridley, an old Tyler Lockett, a rookie quarterback Cam Ward, they're going to struggle a little bit in this game. I at 7.5, I like Denver. If you get creeping up to 8.5, maybe I'm starting to lean towards Tennessee. Yeah. But either way, Denver should run away with this game.
Yeah, or at very least, this is a prime trap for a backdoor cover.
Yeah,
like I said, it's 20-7. Titans had the ball with 90 seconds to go. They go and get a touchdown to make it 20-14. They don't get the ball back. Broncos win. Feels like a good win. But you still lose money because you bought the hype.
Yeah, exactly. So, backdoor covers, a little scary. I stayed away from it just for that reason. But that would be my lean if I had this one. Otherwise, looking at the money and where it's coming in, the public split down the middle on 8.5. And then the money heavily on Broncos, by the way. So, I mean, that tells you something. The big money, the Sharks coming in, putting all the money on Denver, but the public is straight down the middle on 8.5, which tells you a lot of the sharps feel like they're going to be. There's a lot of money coming in on Denver, which makes you feel a little more confident on the spread, at least if you're getting it at 7.5. Okay, and that's it. That's what we have for you. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to get our best bets all queued up here, and we're going to show you.
Quills, if this was late in the year, I'd say take the Titans in the points. Campbell might not know what hits him on Sunday.
I'm back.
Captain Urban, thank you for the 3 months. Let's go. Who's going to be the 2024 Week 1, Week 2 Saints this year?
Oh, yeah. With the Saints blew 2 teams out and then forgot how to football the rest of the year. Week 1, Week 2. I mean, Cleveland is a candidate for that. Sorry, Captain Urban. I think maybe the Jets. The Jets could be a candidate for that.
And guys, if we didn't talk about your game or your team, go ahead, throw it in the chat if you want to talk about them. We only cover about 8 games or so on this Wednesday show. So if we miss one, go ahead, throw it in there, and we can talk about it briefly as we're getting through some of these other games.
I say Arizona. Two people want to talk about Arizona.
Want to talk about Arizona, or are they going to be this week 1, week 2 Saints of the year? Is that?
Maybe a week 1, week 2 Saints of the year. That's also possible. Maybe that's what they mean.
The 2024 Saints, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
You know, yeah. Who wants to talk about Arizona?
Ironically, they do play the Saints in week 1, so Arizona to win.
Oh, Diacolo does want to talk about the Arizona Cardinals, though. So let's go ahead.
Okay.
Let's. I mean, we have some time, so let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals.
They're playing the New Orleans Saints. If they don't blow them out, there's serious issues.
I think people are asking about this one because they want to know survivor picks.
Maybe.
I think survivor picks are popular with the Cardinals and the Saints because obviously the Cardinals are a team that should beat the Saints and are a questionable pick later in the season because you never know what you're going to get with Kyler Murray and the Saints offense. And I mean, they're going to be in some battles all season long. So should you take Arizona Cardinals early on in your survivor pool?
I just checked. The Cardinals are the 3rd most picked team in Survivor for week 1.
I think
Can you guess the top 2?
I think Denver's one.
Correct.
And
Denver has the most.
So don't tell me. Denver, Arizona, and
Arizona's 3rd.
Don't tell me. I'm looking through some of the matchups here, trying to figure out. Not that. Is it?
You shouldn't be against the Bengals week 1. Is it guaranteed week 1 win? They always start poorly.
I want to say.
Actually.
I want to say it's either going to be Cincinnati or Washington.
Incorrect.
Neither of them.
Neither of them are top 3.
Ooh.
Look on the screen.
Oh, Eagles.
Yes.
Eagles.
But check Captain Urban. I did one of my best bets that we didn't talk about. I have Browns plus 5.5.
Just be sure to bet against the Bengals week 1. It's guaranteed week 1 win. They will always start poorly.
That's what I was saying last week and why I had the under for win totals.
I mean,
again, they always suck at Cleveland for some reason. I'm 5.5 for the Browns at home. Like, logic says no. History says hard yes.
I mean, if I'm betting the spread, I'll take Cleveland. Most likely in that one. If I'm leaning one way or another, plus 5.5 against the Cincinnati Bengals, I'll take that in an early season game against a division rival at home. I'll take Cleveland plus 5.5 if I have a lean on anything, but I'll stay away from it just because I just not overly confident. But Arizona,
I didn't actually put money down on them, but if I were doing my 4 best bets, that's one of them. And that's also part of my super contest.
But to Diacolo's point, Arizona should take care of business. The spread on that game for Arizona and where is it? For Arizona and New Orleans is 6.5, which for a team that like New Orleans that is absolutely a trash team this season, I feel like I guess that's an efficient number, but it also seems on the road, Arizona on the road early in the season.
It's like what Joe Coy said with the Broncos game. Like, if it was later on in the year, you take Arizona, you don't think about it. Week 1, maybe.
I mean, the over or the money line totals are only minus 290 for the Arizona Cardinals in that game. Weirdly enough,
only 290.
Like, I feel like that should be something like what we saw with like the Denver or like the Dallas Cowboys minus 430. Like, I should expect a minus 430 for Arizona if they're that much better than the New Orleans Saints. But yet you're only
love that.
Like,
yeah, Saints competing for the first overall pick.
Broncos.
They won't get it because the Giants will get it.
Broncos minus 430. Like, those are the big ones that, like, are heavily in one direction. I feel like the Cardinals should be heavier in one direction into the 300s, but I don't know. The fact that it's only 290 makes me think it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Maybe it feels trappy. I don't know why, but
I guess we'll see. Maybe the Saints will do the Saints things again, win the first 2 games of the year and end the year like 4-13.
yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at best bets of the week, and let's go through these. We got Scotty's best bets, and we have my best bets here on the screen. So let's go ahead and break down some of these. And we'll talk about a couple games that just one game that we didn't cover, and that's the New York Giants. But for Scotty's picks, we are able to he got Dallas Cowboys plus 8.5, a little bit of a homer pick. He feels pretty strongly that the Cowboys can keep it close. I didn't want to take it, but he's brave enough to do it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Dallas Cowboys plus 8.5 for Scotty. New York Giants is a game that both of us loved. You'll notice that there's 3 orange picks on this screen that are highlighting certain picks that we have here. Those picks represent our super picks, where Scotty and I are combining our picks and we're putting those below. So we feel the most confidence in those picks, even though we're going to be keeping tabs on our records for 4 games. Our super picks are going to be combined into, we might be doing 2 picks, we might do 3 picks. It kind of depends. We don't have a set number for our super picks, but we had 3 this week that we really liked. Kansas City minus 3, New York Giants plus 6.5, and Baltimore Buffalo over 50.5. Now, New York Giants. Let's break this game down a little bit. New York Giants are a team that not a lot of people believe in, really, this year. But early on in the season, against the Washington team that we feel is a little bit maybe on, not necessarily a downslide, but the Commanders were kind of engaging a little sophomore slump. They had a really, really overachieving season last year with Jaden Daniels and everything with what they achieved. But I think the Commanders, when it came to winning last year's meetings by 3 and 5 points, kind of stands out. Like, I'm not sure Washington is necessarily a lot better this season. I know the Giants are improved. The defensive front of the Giants, featuring Dexter Lawrence, Ryan Burns, healthy Kayvon Thibodeau, rookie Abdul Carter. Well, I think that's going to be a tough order for Jaden Daniels early in the season, week 1, in this matchup with a team that maybe is being overlooked a little bit in the Giants. So I think that there's some things to like about the Giants and getting points. Russell Wilson played one of his best games versus the Commanders last season. 3 touchdowns against the 1 interception in a 28-27 Steelers win. You remember that, Rec?
No.
And the Giants' last 7 visits to Washington. In the last 7 visits to Washington, a 3-point loss is their worst results. So, tight division opener here in this one, I think is going to be in play with the Giants, especially by the way, Giants also improved safety Javon Holland, 2nd round year player Tyler Nubin. So Giants kind of got better. And I don't know if I could say necessarily the same, even though the Washington Commanders are good. Just saying. Yeah. So, Rec, what are your thoughts on Giants Commanders?
I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, but the potential of the Commanders and the lack of potential for the Giants makes me not want to bet it. I do agree that if I had to pick a side, Giants plus 6.5 is probably the right side.
Yeah. I like it enough at 6.5. It's at 5.5 now. We got it early, so we got 6.5.
That's good.
I love it at 6.5. So that's why it's a lock for our super pick of the week. Kansas City -3. We already talked about. Great. We expect a lot from Patrick Mahomes and that team coming back off of a Super Bowl loss hangover to bounce back against a division rival of the playing the Chargers. So Kansas City -3 on a neutral field sounds like heaven to us. So Kansas City -3. Scotty has a interesting Pittsburgh -2.5 here. We'll see how that. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how that plays out for him.
Give him the chip.
And then I have again Baltimore Buffalo over 50.5. This was 53.5. Tick down all the way to 50. Value, I think, swings back. Both these teams can score. I think they both will go all out in this first game on Sunday Night Football. We will be live here in the Action Lab watching it, so make sure you tune in with us, and we'll be playing some bingo. We'll be playing gifting out subs. We'll be having a great time. Also, Baltimore plus 1.5. I'm getting a team that is arguably one of the best, if not the best, in football. They're odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl as we speak, and they're getting points. I'll take that value. So Baltimore, I think, is going to be the best side in that one. Even if it's 1.5, I'll take a little bit of extra value on one of the top teams getting points, even if it's on the road against a good Buffalo team. So there we go. Those are our best bets of the week. We're going to track these every single week like we do every season. We're not hiding behind anything. If we're good, we're good. If we're bad, we're bad. That's just how it works. But we're going to be doing it here.
Bad.
We're going to be doing it here live on the Action Lab, so make sure you stay tuned. Black Market, Baltimore Buffalo sounds like a good time. It will be. We'll be here live. You better be here. That's Sunday night. Commanders went pretty far in the playoffs last year. They did. I think.
Gonna go further this year, says Tickle. Another Washington fan.
Another Washington fan. How have you done historically? We've had up and down years. So I think 2 years ago, we had one of our best years where we were both, Scotty and I were both in like this, what were we at? 60%?
Something like that.
We were like in the low 60s, 62% win rates. And then last year we had kind of a slump year where we were kind of.
You were about 50%. Scotty was like low 40s.
Yeah, so it's kind of been back and forth a little bit, Black Market, but technically, I mean, overall, Scotty and I have done fairly well. Rex actually done pretty well as well, believe it or not. But like, just kidding. But
what do you mean kidding?
But yeah, we do fairly well on this show. So again, gamble responsibly, but we'll always give you the best knowledge we possibly can to yeah, I'm terrified. That's what Charles Barkley says whenever he places bets, you know? Same thing.
Hey, when you get inside information, you know how to use. I mean, what?
Oh man, but either way, guys, we are on to the NFL Week 1. So
let's go.
Let's get it. We are here. And I can't wait. This Sunday is going to be a movie. It's going to be cinema with the Baltimore and Buffalo matchup. I'll be chilling here. We have a couple guests coming on the show as well. We'll be doing guest appearances all season long for Sunday Night Football. All of you guys, if you guys are fans of the team that's playing, make sure you let us know. Let Rec know so we can get you all set up with getting in the show and being a part of our fan face-off and talking through the game as we're going live and at the second half of the game. And then again, we'll have a lot of fun playing games. But let me go ahead. Let me put actually, Rec, can you throw the contest? Because this is the last chance. This is the last chance to get in on all of our contests. If you haven't gotten in on our super contest, if you haven't gotten in on our Survivor or our Pick'em, they're all free to enter, and we will always be giving away prizes to the team or to the people that win those different leagues. So make sure you stay tuned and hang out all season long. join the contest, join the rivalries that we have amongst each other, and let's have some fun. So there you go. What about Monday Night Football? We'll talk. So, by the way, Sunday night after the game, we'll not only break down all of the games that took place earlier in the week and that day, but we'll also kind of look ahead when it comes to Monday Night Football on that as well. We'll preview a little bit more of it. Yeah, we'll cover all of that as well Sunday night for the football game. You know what I'm looking forward to though, Rec? Something I look forward to every single week, every single NFL week. There's like we all have our nostalgic, kind of, things with football, and one of mine is Carrie Underwood singing the Sunday Night Football theme song, and I just can't wait to hear "Waiting All Day for Sunday Night."
Waiting all off season.
It's gonna be so much fun. My daughter sings it. She gets into it. She's hyped. She gets after it. But there's just like of all like Monday Night Football theme song it's good too. I like that one. But better you singing than Rick. I'll take that.
That's a very low bar to clear. I hope you know that.
Carrie is also really fucking hot. You're not wrong. She is spicy. She keeps in very good shape. I'll just put it that way.
I do know it's a low bar.
Yeah. So no. I mean, what's your favorite thing? Like, what's one of your things that you look forward to? If it's like the Monday Night Football theme song or
I'll
Red.
give you my nostalgia thing from a while ago.
The Red Zone song as it's getting fired up. I mean, now that we have to watch commercials. But like all the different little like things that like get you super hyped.
Here's one of my favorites. When I was a kid, there was this one New York style pizza joint I'd go to every Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, right? Because in Central Time, games started at noon. I'd put the 3 leftover slices of pizza in the microwave, and then watch kickoff. That was my thing. That just made me so unbelievably happy.
I mean, everyone's got their thing, man. I think it's like it's all good though. It's all like the most exciting time of the year. You get your cooler weather, you get your football, you get your pots of chili and your smoker out. You got like tailgates going on right before game 1 of the Sunday slate. Oh, it's just like, dude, there's nothing better. Who do y'all got in this Monday night matchup? So Monday Night Football. Let me. It's who is it? I forget. Minnesota.
I think it's Bears Vikings.
Oh, Bears Vikings. Yeah, Bears Vikings.
There's no. If you bet on that game, you're a DJ.
I'm not right now. I'm not betting on it. I honestly think the value is on Bears plus 1.5. If I'm leaning one way or another. But I do have zero confidence in that. It would just be a lean, and it would just be kind of a gut feeling. I don't know if I love it because I mean, obviously Minnesota. There's a lot of unknowns with both of these teams, right? Because you got Chicago with some new offensive coordinator that doesn't seem to be meshing well, at least from alleged rumors and reports with Caleb Williams, with the complicated nature of the offense and how that's looking in training camp and leading up to the season. But you also have on the other side, JJ McCarthy, who again is in a situation where I don't know what to expect necessarily. And he's going on the road in Chicago for his first game of the season. I just don't have a lot of confidence one way or another that I feel great about. I would say if anything, I lean more towards like Chicago at home with Caleb Williams behind a really revamped offensive line and offensive, I think, weapons that I feel like are going to be really good. But I like, again, I don't put a lot of weight into that. Let's see. I like forgetting that I have a fantasy team and checking 30 minutes before kickoff and panic. Yeah, that's all.
Piglin Black Market talking about how they're excited because it's about time for other sports to start up.
Let's see. Nothing gets my attention more than football. I bet Rex got DiGiorno frozen leftover pizza ready. Probably.
Nope, it's a local restaurant. This New York pizza is so good.
Do you guys have any? What are you guys doing? Do you guys have anything that you guys do week one that's like chat that you love doing week one? I love to barbecue and throw out some things on the grill and like have a full day, but you know.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's your normal thing. It's like football is back. Let me find every piece of meat I can think of.
Yes, wings. I will absolutely be crushing wings on Sunday. It is not even a question.
There's a story I heard online that's probably about you, talking about how this family had a big get together. A lot of them got drunk, but two guys stayed home. Like middle of the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, they threw like a couple of steaks on the grill. Everyone came home, but all the girls went to bed. Guys saw the grill fired up and like, oh, I think we got some chicken. Yeah, I think I got back of ribs here too. And they literally grilled for like 6 hours in the morning.
Do it, man. Do it.
Just ate and drank till like 9 o'clock a.m.
I love it. That's how. I mean, it's a national holiday. A Sunday, the week one should be. Should we just get a national week off for football?
Yeah. Well, I won't get that week off. I'll be in a different country.
I mean, Rec won't get it, but you know that's fine.
I'll see all of y'all 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, Rec will be out. He's doing his thing. But Scott will be back next Wednesday for week 2 preview. So we'll have him back. Otherwise, I'm be holding down the fort, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys are chilling with me, keeping me company, hanging out in the chat so that we could always have a good time watching some, talking some sports. So
Sunday's probably gonna be the biggest show ever. No Rec, no Scott, add Juke, add Riley.
I mean, we'll do it.
You're probably gonna get a lot of viewership from that.
Do it big. Let's go. We're gonna have the biggest show of the year. Let's get it.
Yeah, even bigger than Jackbox.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for our week 1 super preview special for the NFL. Guys, tomorrow night we will be in the Discord, !Discord in the chat. If you haven't joined us on the Discord, we will be talking a lot about football in the Discord whenever we're not live. So make sure you tune in each and every single time. But that's going to do it for us tonight. We are getting out of here. Contest, by the way, join the contest. This is your last chance. Last chance. I mean, Hauser.
Are we all on the Eagles tomorrow?
Money line?
Yes.
Or
I put money on the Eagles. Scotty put money on the Cowboys, although the line is much different.
Yeah, he's got 8.5. Scotty likes Cowboys plus 8.5. Does he like them to win? I don't think so. He shouldn't. But Hauser, welcome back. Thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. That is so generous. Appreciate that love. We're actually gonna send you to somebody new tonight. There's someone called Mellow Gatsby who is doing Guilt Fantasy Draft mock drafts.
Guilt Fantasy? What?
I don't know. Guilt Fantasy Draft. I don't know what he's doing here, but he's got some people watching him draft teams. I know he's talking through it. I don't know if it's like a funny thing or it's his actual teams, but for all you guys who are still drafting your fantasy leagues, it could be a little more entertaining. So we're going to send you over to him. First time we've ever sent you over, so let him know Action Lab says hi. Let me put his rate in the chat for you guys. Hauser, make sure you're in on all of our contests if you haven't already. There's football tomorrow. Let's go. We're back. All right.
I'm back, baby.
Let's go. All right. Raid, and we're sending you over to Mellow Gatsby. All right, guys. I'm gonna tell you, go live in the moment. Go make your picks. If you're in the leagues, make your picks. By the way, I've been talking about the leagues, but make sure you don't forget to make your Survivor pick. You don't forget to make your pick'em and your Super Contest picks if you're in those contests. Why did that not raid? Oh,
Did you put in the wrong chat?
because I didn't put a / raid. Yeah, there we go.
Get good.
It would help
You've
if
been streaming for years.
it would help if I did the actual command.
Yes.
Guys, this doesn't ring more true than anything else, but go live in the moment. Live in the moment. Put the phone down, unless you're checking your fantasy teams and your contests. Put your phone down and enjoy the people and things and the football around you for the next week. It is first. It is the first week of the season, and you just have to take it in, enjoy it, soak it in, because it's just too special. And go be a good person. So live in the moment and be a good person. By the way, Chris, I got your Broncos winning the AFC West this year. Let's go, my man Hauser.
I think you're wild.
Yeah, it's my guy right there, Hauser. I see you. We'll talk about that at the end of the season when they win like 15 games, and I can talk shit to Rec and Scotty. But guys, enjoy this. Really, there's a chance we might be back Friday for the on stream, but we'll post updates there. But otherwise, have a great week 1. We love you. We can't wait to see you back here on either Friday or Sunday for sure. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody. Likely for a couple weeks.
Say bye to Rec. Good luck, Rec.
Thanks.
Week 1.